Dan, I want to bring this up because a lot of people thought this is unprecedented. Somebody going online to confess to a murder they had not even been charged with yet. It's unprecedented, right?
I've never seen anything like this. You do see people on social media admit to facts that lead to them being arrested. However, I've never seen a highly produced video with music and editing where someone talks about killing another human being and knows that it's going to be a confession in court. He actually says this will serve as my confession when I'm arrested.
Wow. And so what happened last week when he actually pled not guilty? Because we were all surprised. We expected him to be confessing.
He says in the video, when I'm arrested, I will plead guilty. And then there was the first court appearance, and then an arraignment where he pled not guilty. And there's some disagreement between the judge and his attorneys about why that happened. The judge was saying the attorneys wanted a specific plea as a promise. The defense attorney disputes that. But today he did plead guilty, and he will be sentenced on October 10th. The range is 2.5 to 8 years in prison.
Are there any mitigating circumstances here in terms of his willingness to confess, or is sort of the show of a video, an online video confession, somehow doesn't play with the judge well?
There's a lot of factors considered at sentencing, and the sentencing will be up to the judge. One factor is there remorse? Is there accountability? Someone taking responsibility? And clearly he has taken responsibility. However, let's not forget he did kill someone. There is a real human being who died in this incident because he was drunk driving. So the question is, will that be enough for him to get a lesser sentence from this judge? And we don't know yet.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting, the information age that we've entered in the last, 20, 30 years, where the medium is the message. I mean, we're so image-driven. The fact that he had beautiful lighting, the right background, the music playing, somebody produced this, so somebody knew what he had done. Is there somebody culpable in not turning him in sooner?
No, because they served to help him confess. So it's not like someone was complicit in helping him get away from law enforcement or hide evidence of his guilt. This is someone who is helping him confess, and that happens from time to time. So here you have the video starting with a grainy picture of him. You don't know who it is. Then he comes, you could see him. He talks about the crime. There's background music. It's very unusual, but the person who produced it actually helped law enforcement solve a crime.
And talking about the confession, here's a little bit of the confession that appeared online. Take a look.
My name is Matthew Cordell, and on June 22nd, 2013, I hit and killed Vincent Canzani. By releasing this video, I know exactly what it means. I'm handing the prosecution everything they need to put me away for a very long time.
This is chilling because this is not a movie. It's not CSI. This is a real man confessing to a real death. Murder, in fact, or manslaughter. I don't know what the legal term is, but it's somebody died because of his driving drunk.
It's aggravated vehicular homicide. Now, the daughter of the victim actually said that publicly, saying that he's getting some praise for coming public, giving this message not to drive drunk, which is a great message. But the daughter of the victim is saying that a lot of people are forgetting that he did kill someone. Her father is dead, and people are sometimes not mentioning the fact that a real human being lost his life here.
Yeah, the other charge is operating a motor vehicle while under the influence. Do you think this will get through to people? Do you think that this will have any effect on young people thinking, I shouldn't be driving drunk? Or will it have the opposite effect? The same thing as, you know, I'm a teenage mother or whatever. You know, people will be inspired to, well, you know, I'll just go out and confess and then I'll be on TV. You know, the image sort of is the most important thing.
In this case, I think only good can come from the message being out there, because the video is very, very sad. Even though it's highly produced and some people cynically think that was to help his case, it's still a very sad message. He talks about his remorse for killing someone. He tells people not to drink and drive. You see someone who's 22 years old now going to prison. So I don't think people will look at that and see a positive message the way, as you referred to, the reality shows that glorify different behavior.
I don't know. I mean, somehow I wish that there could have been a picture of the man who died, you know, saying this is a real man here and I'm very sorry. I mean, we want to hear that kind of confession, but when somebody confesses, then somehow we feel like perhaps it's not as sincere. I don't know.
Well, usually at sentencing, the prosecutor and the family of the victim will speak, and they will talk about the victim and the hurt that he's caused their family and the life he's taken away. So you'll probably hear a lot more about that at the sentencing.
Now, you say 2 to 8 years.
It's 2 to 8.5 years is the range.
2 to 8.5 years. Let's just say he gets to even they give him 8 years, but he gets out in 2 or 3. I mean, this is a young man. He's 25 years old. He can still go to school. He can go to, you know, start a business. He can do anything he wants. He can get married. He can have children. In a sense that we want to believe that justice has been served, but at 22 years old, perhaps is 8 years just a little too little?
Well, that's a very common discussion, that there needs to be enhanced sentencing for killing people while people are drinking and driving, or just enhanced sentencing for drinking and driving. Even if he gets the maximum sentence, he'll be out at about 30 years old. So he does have the rest of his life in front of him. But that's a debate that has to take place nationwide. This particular case, whether he confessed or not, if he's convicted, that's what he's going to face. So it doesn't change based on his video confession.
And what do you think his family is saying? I mean, they're talking about his character and all of the things that make him a really good soul. He made one mistake, but what is his background like that brought him to that point? I mean, was he always the good kid, and just made one mistake, or does he have a pattern of drinking and driving?
He actually talks in the video about having problems in the past and drinking too much and being irresponsible when he was drinking and getting angry and driving. So this is someone who has had a prior history. He's admitting to it. I'm sure his lawyers and his family at sentencing will cite that, the fact that he's admitting to all this. He's taking responsibility. He's expressing remorse. They'll ask for towards the lower end of the sentencing range because of that. On the other side, the prosecutor and the family of the victim, I'm sure, will discuss that he took a life. And although, even if you see it as admirable for him to confess and give this message, it doesn't take away from the terrible destruction that he's caused.
Yeah, when somebody confesses and is totally, repentant, there's really no place for anger after that, and there's a displacement of the anger because the family has no place to put it. I can get angry with you, but you've already admitted, you've already said, I did it, I'm very sorry.
I think a lot of people would still be angry at someone who took the life of their father or their relative, even if the person admitted to it and expressed remorse. They're still going to live with that loss for the rest of their lives. So, how they express that and how they deal with that is something that I can't imagine, having not gone through it. But my heart goes out to the family.
Absolutely.